हाँ जी।
मैम मैंने
या
पूछना था कि मैम PT1 में 1 मार्क्स के कितने क्वेश्चंस आएंगे?
1 मार्क के कितने क्वेश्चंस आएंगे? दे वुड बी अप्रोक्सीमेटली 5 क्वेश्चंस ऑफ 1 मार्क।
ओके। और
I'm
मैथ
talk
5 नंबर का?
I'm talking about geography and economics only. Yeah, map can be of
ओके
3, 4, 5, depends, right?
ओके ओके मैम, थैंक यू।
Okay. So, हाँ जी, I'm going to start, and who is going to give me feedback regarding audio and video?
Ma'am, I will
Okay.
give.
Okay, Prabhu, right, better. So this is chapter resources and development. All of you are supposed to listen this
Yes.
chapter thoroughly.
Similarly,
We have to start.
forest and wildlife. So we
So just hold on. We have to start the topic. So we have to move back. And Abhay, right now students are entering, which is very bad. So look, you can see the name of the topic, that is resource and development. This is the same your NCERT chapter, nothing extraordinary is
and
here.
development. So here is the brief content as to what we will be reading in this
Ma'am,
chapter.
it is visible as well as audible.
Okay.
With no further ado,
So
let's
there
begin.
is all this we are going to start, or we say this in this chapter we have to do all these things. What is resource? Classification.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, actually, we have started this chapter already.
Okay.
क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ रिसोर्सेज तक कर लिया था।
Okay. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Of the term
Okay.
resource
So that's
be
good. If we have
replenished
done the
is on the basis of
classification,
origin.
this we
That is
have done.
biotic. Meaning of continuous is which does not have a.
So this
This would
whole
lead
we
to
have done,
delete, or they can have a planetation.
right? Individual resource, community, developed stock, all that we have done. So let's start from.
Sometimes private properties are demolished. Of course, they are paid a certain amount by the government.
So this is about international resource. We say, this is my house, my building, this and that. But if nation is in need, we have to give that area to the country. Undoubtedly, country would give us some amount compensation in the form of money. Compensation they would give to us, but we can't say कि नहीं ये मेरा घर है मैंने nation को नहीं देना. We have to give it because that is actually national property.
Government. But what I'm trying to say is that to build these roads, canals, and railways for public interest, the government has the legal power to acquire private properties. Now, all the minerals, water resources, forest, wildlife, everything within the political boundaries of a particular country, the government has the control over all of this. And that is why it is called as national resources. And the last one is international resources. So for this, we have international institutions and bodies like the United Nations and other such bodies. So one good example of international resources is the oceanic resources. For example, any country that is near to the ocean or water body can have control over 200 kilometer of ocean. That is right from the land boundary of a particular country till 200 kilometers of the ocean body and beyond.
So 200 kilometer till the ocean body, the area belongs to the country. For example, till 200 kilometer, जो भी area है, that belongs to us. But after 200 kilometer, area becomes an ocean becomes an international resource.
Beyond that, it is called open ocean, and no individual country can utilize this. And that country will not have any kind of jurisdiction. That's why when a big ship passes by a country's border that is within the 200-kilometer limit, that particular country has the right to stop it, check it.
So sometimes what happen, we say कि हमारे Bay of Bengal में या Arabian Sea की तरफ से ये particularly Chinese ship they have seen या Taiwan का या Korea का ship देखा है, तो what does it mean? They have crossed the limit of international resource. They have entered in our this resource, that is oceanic resource. It means they have entered in that 200 kilometer area. वो हमारे एरिया में आ चुके हैं. That's why we call it कि हाँ कुछ शिप आता देखा है हमने. Because after 200 kilometer, the whole of area of ocean water body is an international resource. But till 200, it belongs to a country.
Or check for legal matters associated with it. But if that ship is beyond the 200-kilometer radius, nobody can stop them because they don't have any jurisdiction. They can flow freely on an open ocean. And the last classification is on the basis of status of development, that is potential, developed stock, and reserves. Now, what is the meaning of potential resources? It is a resource which is available in a particular region, but that has not been utilized. And one good example is the western part of India.
So Rajasthan, rich in wind energy, rich in solar energy, potentiality is there, possibility is there. We can use these resources if need arises. Right now, we are not spending much money on the solar energy, but if we have to have, so we can easily, because accessible area, technological adapt, we have the technology to develop this area, and it is accessible also and economically feasible bhi hoga. So such type of resource is known as potential. Right now, we haven't started using it, but yes, if need arises, we can.
India, that is Rajasthan and Gujarat, they have enormous potential for the development of wind and solar energy. But we have not tapped on it. So the meaning of potential is it has more ability, but somehow it has not been used to its limit. The next one is developed resources. By the name of it, it means developed. It also means matured. Now, resources that have been
Developed, yeah, matured, we are using it. The resources which are in use.
surveyed and their quality and quantity have been determined. For example, we know how much of coal is there in India. Similarly, we also know how much of iron ore is there in the region of Chota Nagpur Plateau. So this has been done by scientific surveys and satellites, and we have an estimation about their quality as well as the quantity. So this is all because of the technology. So with this information, we can determine how much to use it, how much not to use it, and how much to preserve it. Again, it is also helpful to determine how much to export and how much not to export. So this all comes under developed resources. And the next one we have is stock. So the simple meaning of stock is you have a stock of something but you don't use that. So similarly, materials in the environment have the potential to satisfy human needs, but human beings do not have the appropriate technology to access these. One fine example for this is coal bed methane extraction. So in India, to extract coal, we
So you can see it's open pit mine, which is to extract coal.
have open cast mining, which means you simply blow a piece of rock or a land area with the help of dynamite and extract coal out of it. So this kind of extraction is cost effective as well as easier when compared to underground mining. Underground mining can be dangerous as well as expensive.
Look at this underground mining. ये सारा जमीन के नीचे है. Look at this, machines, upper part of the crust, the cutting. ये जमीन को काट रहे हैं, cutters हैं ये बड़े बड़े. Coal, they are extracting coal under this. Very risky job.
Now the whole idea behind coal bed methane extraction is that deep down there are chunks of coal present, and to extract that the best form is to extract it in the form of natural gas. So what they do is they simply find out the distance between the coal bed and the surface of the land. I mean how deep it is. And then they simply drill down there, and then they pour hot steamy water into the coal bed. So when hot water comes in contact with the coal bed, methane is released from the coal and flows up as a gas, and then methane is compressed and piped to market. So this all needs state of the art technology, and here
So stock we have, if we have to convert, we should have enough and latest technology to extract or to use stock. And there should be need to use that stock also. एक तो demand भी होनी चाहिए. Second, we should have technology also to use that.
here the coal that is deep down inside the earth's surface is there like a stock, and to access that we need this state of the art technology. So with this example I hope you get the meaning of stock. And the third topic is development of resources. So when we say development of resources,
So development of resources, we have to develop the resources. We have to conserve the resources. We have to develop because resources are extremely important for our life. अगर resource नहीं होंगे तो हम नहीं होंगे. Simple. But इतना ज़्यादा development of the resources has taken place कि right now we say resources are getting depleted. Resources खराब हो रहे हैं. So depletion क्यों हो रहा है? First of all, because we want to satisfy our own greed. Need नहीं, greed. Need के लिए तो we have enough resources. Need के लिए बहुत कुछ है हमारे पास. But here we are talking about the greed of the people. Second is, we know very well resources are not equally distributed. All people, they don't have access to all the resources. There are so many people who are totally deprived of the resources. So because of this, whole of the society got divided into two parts, rich and poor. Third point, we can say because of this, ecological balance is totally depleted, degraded. Global warming is there. That is just because of the greed of the resources. हमें इतनी greed बढ़ गई है, लालच बढ़ गया है, that because of that we can say there is global warming is there, depletion of the resources are taking place. So when we think about the development of resource, that is not bad. We should rather, but keeping mind the planning is must. Plus इसका साथ साथ we have, जब हमने plan करना है, there is very important term that is right now everyone of you understand the term, that is sustainable development, है ना? So sustainable development ये मुद्दा जो था सबसे पहले उठा था 1992 Brazil Earth Summit was held, and where number of more than 100 countries of 100 leaders of the countries, they participated in this meeting, a summit which was held at Rio de Janeiro in Brazil in South America. And what was the motive of this meeting? That was to protect the environment. Why to protect the environment? Because right now इतना ज़्यादा उस time पे हो गया कि alarming लगा कि leaders of the countries कि right now something should be done to save the environment. So that's why, to save climate, to save the environment from further depletion, a meeting was held, and one agenda, one program was started at that time. This is known as Agenda 21. Agenda 21 was for the sustainable development, and इस agenda में सब लोगों ने, those who were the participant leaders of 100 countries, they signed on this, and they planned, they promised that abhi jo hogi development, it won't be development, rather it would be sustainable development. Means they will keep future in mind, and sustainable development they would start from the local level, not from the national level. It means गांव से लेके शहरों तक, शहरों से लेके states तक, states से लेके पूरी country तक, everyone would follow sustainable development.
Resources, we simply mean planning of resources.
Ma'am, please increase the volume.
हाँ जी,
Ma'am, please
Volume
increase
increase
the
कर
volume.
दो.
Not audible.
okay. And here for me it is so loud.
Ma'am, can you give example of a potential resource, stock and developed resource in one single term?
Yeah,
इकट्ठे इन सब-
definition or example?
Ma'am, इनकी example जिनमें ये तीनों इकट्ठे हो.
Okay. Developed resource of petroleum, that is in Maharashtra, Mumbai High, Digboi in Assam. Potential resources of petroleum, that's in Rajasthan, Andaman Nicobar. And stock, that is in Himalayas. Clear, बच्चे?
Thank you, ma'am.
The reason behind depletion of resources. At the speed at which we are consuming these resources, it's soon going to be exhausted. And after that, we also have accumulation of resources in few hands. Only the rich and few people have access to certain resources. For example, in India, how the Reliance industry controls the electricity as well as the oil part of the natural resource. Similarly, we have the Tata Steel and few other competitors who control the iron part of it. So if you have few people controlling the large chunk of resources, then the society is divided into two segments, that is rich and poor. And then not to mention global warming, ozone layer depletion, environmental pollution, all are caused because of unthoughtful utilization of resources. So this all problem calls for a proper planning of resources. And with that, it brings us to a new topic called resource planning in India. So
resource planning in India, full-fledged 5-mark question. And we have done degradation of resources, sustainable development of resources. Now next is there's a need to plan the resource. If we really want that in our country, in our area, yeah, in the world, there should be a proper planning of resources. Means there should not be degradation of resources, then planning is required. And whenever we have to plan, it's not at all easy task. For this, we have to go through 3 stages. First stage, as you people can see, we have done identification and inventory of resource across a region or a country. हम एक country को ले लो, एक state को ले लो, एक city को ले लो, जिसको भी आपने लेना, you have to find out, identify and inventory of resources. कौन से resource को आपने you want to plan? Inventory क्या उस resources की? उसमें क्या आएगा? Surveying, mapping, qualitative, quantitative estimation of resources. कितने कौन सा रिसोर्स हम सर्वे कर रहे हैं, क्यों सर्वे कर रहे हैं, उसकी मैपिंग कैसे होगी, कौन मैप बनाएगा, कहाँ कहाँ मैप एरियाज हमें ढूंढने पड़ेंगे, उसका क्वालिटी फाइंड आउट करना पड़ेगा, उसको क्वांटिटी फाइंड आउट करना पड़ेगा. देन विल मूव विद द फर्स्ट स्टेज. Second stage is planning structure with appropriate technology, skill, institutional setup. Second में हमने क्या करना है, we have to find out technology कि जो resource को we want to plan, do we have enough technology to develop that resource, या to plan that resource, या do we have skilled labor, या do we have buildings to develop that resource, या to plan that resource. Third stage is matching the resource development plan with the overall national development plan. जो भी resource planning we are making, any state is making या country या region is making, वो जो planning है वो पूरी कंट्री की प्लानिंग के साथ मैच कर भी रही है कि नहीं कर रही. इफ इट इज मैचिंग विद दैट, ऑटोमेटिकली विल प्रोसीड विद दैट. मैचिंग इन द सेंस, जैसे मैंने क्लास में बताया था कि राइट नाउ वी आर सेइंग कि देयर इज अ मूवमेंट दैट वी शुड सेव वाटर, राइट? सो सेव वाटर वी शुड डू इट एट लोकल लेवल. अगर हम प्लानिंग इज वी आर डूइंग एट लोकल लेवल, एट विलेज लेवल, एट टाउन लेवल, एट स्टेट लेवल, तो ऑटोमेटिकली a nation has given this slogan to save water, so automatically it would match with the national planning. So local and national planning should match with each other. Then only overall development can take place.
Resource planning is a complex process. For that, we need to identify where the resources are located in the country. Then we need to do some surveys and mapping for the qualitative and quantitative estimation. So the Geological Survey of India does this work. So with the help of
Geological Survey of India, उनका काम क्या है? Geology को study करना. Geology is what? Earth को study करना.
satellite and other forms of technology, it prepares an estimation as to how much of certain mineral or resource is available. For example, what is the quantity of coal left in our country, or what grade of coal do we have? Because you see, these all are important because these all determines the cost of that resources in the international market. And then we need to have proper tech.
Good.
Skill and institutional setup for implementing resource development plans. Conservation of resources. So overutilization of resources will lead to socio-economic and environmental problems. So to overcome these problems, just like resource planning is important, we also need to do resource conservation. And the next topic is land resources. So land is the most important natural
So
resource.
land is considered as a resource, and land is a basic resource. Land is the only resource on which all other resources develop. Maybe natural vegetation is there, maybe wildlife is there, maybe human life is there, maybe economic activities, maybe roads are there, maybe railways are there. So whatever is going on, that is going on in land. That's why land is known as a base of all the resources.
Because it supports natural vegetation, wildlife, human life, economic activities like transport, communication systems, etc. So we also need a careful planning in terms of the usage of land. So India has a variety of relief features like mountains, plateaus, plains and islands. And all of this plays an important role in some way or the other. For example, it is because of the mountains that we have perennial rivers that flow continuously and forms some rivers. And because of the flow of these rivers, the plain lands of India has rich fertile soil for agriculture. And because of islands, we have huge coral depositions. And
So with this, we should know that we have variety of relief feature. We have 43% area that is under plain area. We have 30% is mountainous area and 27% is plateau area. And all these areas, they have their own resource value. If you're talking about mountainous area, there's a rich source of water. If you're talking about plain area, rich source of agriculture. Talking about plateau area, rich source of minerals. So each and every part of the land has certain value.
that attracts a lot of water species and fisheries. And then the plateau regions are rich in reserves like minerals, fossil fuels, and forests. So you understand how much land is important and what all we get from it. Now let's read about the utilization of land. So
So
land
full-fledged 5-mark question can be asked. Utilization of a land as well as 2-mark, 3-mark. What are forests? What is barren land? What is fallow land? What is uncultivated, cultivable wasteland, and all that should
is
be
used
clear.
for following purposes. First one, forest. So in India, according to the
In
law,
India, if you're
33% of
in India, if we want, according to law, yeah, according to total geographical area of India, 33% area should be under forest. But right now we have just 21%. Earlier it was 19%. So it means forest land has decreased a lot, and right now because of the efforts done by the government as well as of the local communities, forest number is increasing. but still it has just reached to 21, not to 33. So there's a need to have more and more forest in our country, land
Of the
resource.
land should be given to forest area because that will maintain the ecological balance. Then we have land not available for cultivation. So either they are barren or wasteland or the lands that are there in urban areas for building and roads and factories. And then we have other uncultivated lands such as lands that are permanent for pastures and grazing land. Then we have land that has been allotted to certain tree crops. And then we have the wasteland, which is also called the dump land, wherein all the city garbage is dumped. And then we have fallow lands. So fallow land
So if I talk about first land not available for cultivation, that is barren and wasteland. जो दलदली जमीन होगी, wasteland है, barren है, बंजर जमीन होगी, where we can't grow crops. But if we can't grow crops on barren land, so we can convert this land for some other uses. For example, industries can be made there. Land put to non-agricultural uses, other uncultivated permanent pastures and grazing land. The land, ये land ज्यादा होनी चाहिए, permanent pastures and grazing land. ये reduced है, काफी कम है हमारी country में, ज्यादा होना चाहिए. Land under miscellaneous tree crops, that is जो पेड़ लगे, जगह जगह पे पेड़ लगे, जैसे आपके घर के आसपास है, पार्क में है, that is miscellaneous tree crops. Cultivable wasteland, full-fledged 2-mark question, 3-mark question. What do you mean by cultivable wasteland? The land which is good for cultivation, but from last 5 years or more than 5 years, we are not using this land. Cultivable, this land has become wasteland. Cultivable, cultivable, wasteland. Fallow land, we have we have 3 kind of fallow land. एक होती है current fallow land. Current fallow land is that land which is left uncultivated for 1 year या less than 1 year. एक होती है other than current fallow land, that is from 1 to 5 years. जो 1 साल से 5 साल तक we are not doing anything on that land. That is land is known as other than current fallow land. And third land is cultivable wasteland, that is land which is left uncultivated for more than 5 years. So all these terms should be clear to you.
lands are those lands which are meant for agricultural purpose, but due to some reason, agriculture has not been performed for several years, and the land is completely empty. And then we have the net sown areas. It is the total area
Net sown area is total area under cultivation. जो total area जिस पे हम crops को grow कर रहे हैं, that area is known as net sown area. And gross sown area is total area cultivated more than once in a year, is known as gross sown
where
area.
the crops are sowed, which means that land is functional for agricultural purpose. Now let's read about the land use pattern in India. So the use of land is determined
Land use pattern means how we are using the land. What is the use of the land? Definitely land का use उसके quality के हिसाब से होगा. अगर land mountainous है, तो use of the land won't be for industries. If land is not at all fertile, the use of the land can't be for agriculture. So जैसी land है, उस हिसाब से land use होना चाहिए.
by both physical as well as the human factor. Now, physical factors are topography, climate, soil type, etc. And human factor is the population, density, technological capability, and culture traditions. Now, there is a difference in the land in the plain area and land in the mountainous region. Because in the plain area it is good for agriculture, and in the mountainous area it is not that good for agriculture because the land is not suitable. Similarly, climate is very important. If the climate is cold, then the land in that region is suitable for certain types of crops. For example, you see tea plantation. It is famous in the mountainous region of Darjeeling and in the hills of Coromandel region in south. So both this place has mountainous terrain and the temperature is comparatively cooler than the other parts of the country. And then we also have soil that determines the usage of land. So if a particular
So soil that determine the use of land. कैसी soil है? Say soil is quite sandy. So automatically वहाँ पे again we can't grow crops there. So जैसी soil है, उस हिसाब से we have to grow crops.
land has nice alluvial soil, it is good for agriculture. Now coming to the human factor, population density determines how many people are staying in a particular place. Usually you will see high density of population near the plain areas. That is the region of Delhi.
So high density population is usually near the plain area, because in a plain area, first of all, land is leveled, agriculture can be done, industries can be there, transportation can be made, economic opportunities are available. So people prefer to live in such areas.
UP, Bihar, Kolkata, because there you have the tributaries of river Ganga, and over the years it has formed plain soil which are good for agriculture. So you see how there is a relation between the physical factor and the human factor. And then we have the technological capability. So places like Hyderabad and Bangalore, which are the IT hub of the country, meaning these places are technologically advanced, so it has given massive boost to the service sector, and lot of people
So
today
some,
are
South India, that is basically famous not for agriculture, not for industries, but that is basically famous for service sector. Service sector means IT sector primarily.
Employed in these technological industries. So you see how technology plays an important role. And then we have the culture and traditions. Now places such as Banaras, Haridwar,
Culture and tradition, जैसे जितने भी यार, they are taking the name of culture, Banaras, Haridwar, Rishikesh, Amritsar, गुजरात, पुरी, ओडिशा, है ना, जगन्नाथपुरी। तो ये सारे के सारे एरियाज में पॉपुलेशन इज बेसिकली, उनका काम क्या, रिलीजियस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से इसकी लैंड की यूज है।
these are the famous religious places in India. Again, the land use of these areas are so much determined by the human factors. So I hope you get what I'm trying to say. The next topic is land degradation and conservation
So land degradation means depletion of the land.
measures. So this is a topic about how lands in India are getting degraded and what are the measures that we are taking to conserve it. You see how human activities has brought
So actually land degradation is because of our activities. We are responsible for degrading our land, जिसमें हमारा सबसे पहले हम कहेंगे overgrazing, over irrigation, mining, deforestation and all that. So first of all,
degradation of land. So some of the degradation is direct and some are indirect. So for example, cutting the trees in a forest is a direct cause of degradation of land because it can cause landslides and other natural calamities.
so you can see the landslides. Earlier it was a mountainous area. You can see the road here. सड़क है. This road got broken. टूट गई है. And you can see here also road is there. The whole of this area, a mountainous area, it has slided down. ये अचानक नीचे गिरा. You can see सारी सड़क तोड़ दी. This is called landslide. Just imagine जो vehicles यहाँ से आ रहा होगा, जा रहा होगा, तो it's very risky. So this landslide is due to deforestation, because we know very well the roots of the plants always bind the soil together. लेकिन अगर roots नहीं होंगी, plants नहीं होंगे, तो ऐसा हाल होगा.
Similarly, dumping industrial waste on a flat land or a river causes damage to the soil and hence affecting the quality of agriculture produced on that land. So here are some activities which causes such degradation. They are overgrazing, then we have deforestation, then mining, quarrying. So all these things significantly contribute towards land degradation. So here are some of the places where you can see land degradation in excess. They are Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Odisha.
So already we have done this. This is all about yeah. So this is all about the chapter. Time is almost up. Coming back to you. Pen it out, beta ji. First of all. All clear, बच्चे? All clear? No doubts?